Hi! Welcome to this part of my review featuring the Goblin Slayer TRPG. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review, featuring this role-playing game based on the popular fantasy series, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about the simple character creation method, the simple creation. This is extremely simple, extremely easy. It only consists of 3 steps. Choosing a sample character, determining your profile, and the third step is more like a phantom step because it's just simple character creation complete. That's it. So, the thing that makes it so easy to create characters using this method is that this book contains 8 character templates. They are pretty much pre-generated characters. You only need to fill in a few things. And they tell you how viable they are when using them in smaller groups. That is, if you only have like 2 or 3 players in your group, then some of these templates are not going to be, they are not impossible to use in smaller parties, but they are a bit more challenging because it has to do with survivability. So if we take the human sword fighter as an example, because of his or her armor and the life force, this character is going to be pretty difficult to kill for the enemies when compared to, for example, the ranger shaman hybrid or mixed class. That one needs to stay behind while the frontliners or the tanks take the brunt of the hits, but if an enemy manages to make past the front line, then this type of character, this more fragile caster sort of character, is going to be in danger. So it's not impossible, it just means that the party of adventurers are going to have to put a lot of thought in each encounter, so that these more fragile classes, especially if you have a group of perhaps 2 of such classes, they need to be kept safe. And like I said, it's not impossible as long as you feel as if you are actually there and you carry out some very Machiavellian ambushes, plans, set up some traps perhaps, then it is possible to play with these character classes, but it takes a bit more thought. So you are basically going to be adventuring as Goblin Slayer, putting everything to your advantage, not taking unnecessary risks, and being completely aware of your surroundings and the capacity of the enemy. I also like it that these templates come with their own sample backgrounds, so they are pretty much all fleshed out. You only need to fill in a few things. And what are those things that you need to fill in? Well, one is your character profile. These are basically paths and motives to becoming an adventurer. That is, this is the reason why your character decided to undertake this dangerous lifestyle. So you have 3 tables to generate random results. One of them contains the, I would guess, the reason for Goblin Slayer to adventure. Listen to this. You lost a loved one, such as a family member, significant other, or important friend, and you've sworn revenge against the one who took them, whether it's a monster, bad guy, or someone in a position of authority. You decide who the target of your revenge is. So in the case of Goblin Slayer, he decided that he wants to eliminate all goblins because of what they did not only to his village, but to his sister. I know that all of you probably know what happened to her. The other table contains results such as, you're nothing if not curious, so you became an adventurer to discover the unknown. If possible, you'd like to go to places all over the world and see things none have laid eyes upon before. Or maybe you obtained the result of, you became an adventurer to meet your future lover. During your travels, or perhaps in some corner of a pub somewhere, is your lover, who waits for your fated first meeting. That doesn't necessarily mean that you've only got one potential lover, however. So the reasons are quite varied. Don't think that they are all that serious into accomplishing something. And that's basically it. Your character is ready. The only other details are the appearance, your name. Now this is very important. In Goblin Slayer, there is a tendency of the characters being addressed as what they are. Goblin Slayer, Sword Maiden, Hero, Guild Girl. They never have some sort of normal name or first name or last name. They refer to them using their titles, their professions, or their moniker. I think this is a good way of getting further into the theme of Goblin Slayer. Maybe you create a dual wielding fighter. Maybe that's the name of the character, dual wielding fighter. Or maybe you create a scout sorcerer. That could be the name. Or you could come up with something a bit more elaborate, perhaps Eldritch Scout. It could be something like that. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part, we are going to take a look at the normal character creation process. I think that it's very useful if you want to get started right away, or if you have never played a tabletop role-playing game before, to use these templates. But I think that a lot of us are going to feel a bit, perhaps not entirely satisfied with the configuration of the templates. Sometimes you will prefer some other weapons instead of the ones included in the templates, or maybe you wanted other skills. In my case, I took a look at the templates and I saw the multi-class of Monk and Dragon Priest, and I liked it quite a bit, but I didn't like the starting weapon and I didn't like the starting skills. So it all depends on what you want. And for those of you that do not feel too confident about creating your character from scratch, when we take a look at the normal character creation system, you will see that it's also considerably easy to follow along. Thank you for watching this part of the review. If you have any comments or questions, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that have been supporting the channel by sending right through RPG gift certificates. If anyone else wants to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. Once again, thank you, and see you later.